Hey guys, today I'm excited to dive into my spoiler-free thoughts on the new Disney Plus series called American Born Chinese. This hits the streaming service on May 24th with all 8 episodes, and I've got to tell you that I was immediately sucked in by this. Now, I saw the trailer and I was like, wait, it's like fantasy and action and like young adult like drama and humor and comedy. Like, I'm in. I love a young adult series. I love young adult books. I love young adult films. So like, yeah, I'm all in. And then of course, like I said, you add this fantasy element and it just becomes something very, very special. So I watched the entire series in less than 2 days. I was immediately hooked. I love all of the different elements. Like, there's insane action, and I mean like insane action. There's fantasy that's so well done with great visual effects, intriguing costumes. Like, these people look insane because, of course, there's like the Monkey King, so these people look like monkeys, and some people look like a pig, maybe. Or I'm trying to keep this spoiler free, guys. But there's like a like bull, and like they just look so cool, and they're really, really well done because you can tell they're like practical costumes for the most part, right? And then you have an amazingly talented cast. We've got Michelle Yeoh, fresh off of her Oscar win, and Key is part of this as well, fresh off his Oscar win. Then you talk about the kids that are in this, which I don't think I've really seen before, but they're phenomenal. Like, they're all so good, and it's so relatable and fun and entertaining to watch, right? From beginning to end. You've got the basic story, right, is Jin. He's born in America. I mean, this is American Born Chinese, right? He jokes several times that his Chinese is not good. He can't speak it. His parents speak Mandarin in the house, and he's like, I kind of know what you're saying. Can you talk slower, right? That sort of thing, which is very interesting. It's fun to see him go to school. These kids are awful. Like, they just don't know what to say around him. Like, one girl's literally like, BTS is my favorite band. And he's like, okay, thank you. Like, that's so awful. I was like, ooh, I even cringed. Then there's this show they watch called Beyond Repair. That's where we see Key come in. And he has this like catchphrase that's like, what could go wrong? And he's like a dorky guy, and he talks with a very exaggerated accent. And so there's all that sort of stuff and all those elements. And then of course you have this like fantasy element, which, listen, the geek in me was so excited about the certain things that were mentioned in this series, because not only do they like talk about Fantastic Four, right, which I'm like, yes, but they talk a lot about comic books and all those sort of things, because this is actually based off of a graphic novel, which I have not read, but I'm very excited to check out now. So there's those elements of it. It's this story of the Monkey King, this like classic story, and they even talk about how all of the different comic books that have like taken this, right, all of the different iterations of this same story. But this is basically what happens. Jin is like hanging out, going to high school, right? That's got its own problems. Then this new kid comes in, and they're like, hey, he's Asian too, so like you should show him around school and be friends with him, which is again awful. So he does, and then you quickly realize like this kid is the son of the Monkey King, and he's trying to stop this big war basically between the heavens and earth, pretty much an uprising in heaven. He's trying to stop that, and he thinks that Jin is his guide, and this is all stuff you see in the trailer. So that's kind of how this story unfolds, right? And meanwhile, Jin is like legit just trying to get through high school. He likes a girl. He's part of the soccer team. The guys don't really fully accept him yet. Like, they kind of make fun of him quite a bit. So there's just all this stuff going on, and he has a really good friend who cosplays, right? And that's kind of not a cool thing either. So the geek side of me could completely relate to this. I used to hide that I read comic books in high school. Like, it was not cool. In middle school, you know, it was, so I get it. I totally get that side of things. It's very entertaining and very interesting the way the whole story plays out. It's a beautiful, beautiful blend of like actual young adult comedy drama, right? That's kind of what this is, right? Then you add in, like I said, all these fantasy elements, and then you add in some incredible action. The choreography here is so well done. Some of these scenes are just absolutely stunning, but they're like so insane. You know, it's like all the like kicks through the air and stuff. They're legit like flying and fighting. It's bananas, okay? There's one episode that takes place almost completely in the heavens. Yeah, almost completely. I think maybe the full, it's like right smack in the middle of the season. But it's really entertaining, really good. It kind of allows you to dive into that side of things. It's funny. These actors are all phenomenal. Like I said, we have Michelle and Key coming in, fresh off their Everything Everywhere All at Once Oscar wins, which they totally deserved, by the way. And then you just have all these young kid actors who are phenomenal as well. It's a great story. I really wish I could dive into it, but I can't because I don't want to give you guys spoilers. But I will just say it perfectly flows. It's entertaining. You're like on the edge of your seat a lot of the times. And it's funny. It's so freaking funny. And then it leaves you on a massive cliffhanger that you are like, there better be a season 2. Are you kidding me? This is how we're ending things. So listen, Disney Plus, I know you take everything I say into consideration. No. But please, you have to have a second season. We can't just end like this. The last line of this series is so funny. I started cracking up. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but it was fantastic, and it really just fit kind of the vibe of this series very well. It's a very easy binge. They're about 30 to 35 minutes long each episode. Real quick to get through because they're that entertaining. So listen, I give this thing a 4.5 out of 5. I have a little bit of issues. Some moments drag a little bit. It doesn't flow completely well, especially when you throw in some stuff in the middle. But I mean, listen, overall, it's just such a great series. Super entertaining. I'm very excited to dive into the graphic novel and see where this all came from for sure. Be sure to let me know your thoughts on American Born Chinese down below in the comments. Are you excited to check it out? And if you've already seen it by the time you got to this review, what did you think? Be sure to give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more videos like this one. Follow me over on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and check me out at MamasGeeky.com. Thanks, guys. I'll see you next time.